The onion grower's secret soak that doubles your harvest. The hidden trick every gardener should know. There's a little-known secret that separates ordinary onion growers from those whose gardens overflow with big, sweet, and perfectly cured bulbs. It's not fancy fertilizer, nor an expensive commercial booster. The real game changer is a powerful homemade onion soak. A simple pre-planting solution that wakes up dormant roots, strengthens seedlings, and triggers explosive growth right from the start. Gardeners who have tried it swear it's like giving onions a supercharge before they ever hit the soil. And once you see how fast your onions bulk up, you'll never skip this step again. Onions are surprisingly sensitive plants. Their roots grow shallow and fine, which makes them slow to establish when first planted. If they struggle to adapt to the soil early on, the whole growth cycle slows down, leading to small light bulbs that don't store well. But if those roots get an early head start, the entire plant responds with vigorous top growth, faster bulb formation, and better nutrient uptake. That's where this powerful soak comes in. It helps the roots come alive before they even touch the ground. The secret soak acts as both a root stimulant and a natural pest repellent. It detoxifies the seedlings, builds disease resistance, and ensures that once transplanted, your onions explode with energy instead of struggling through transplant shock. It's a gardener's insurance policy for a bumper harvest. So, the magic of this formula really lies in the synergy of three simple yet potent ingredients: hydrogen peroxide, seaweed extract, and Epsom salt. Each one plays a critical role, activating growth hormones, oxygenating roots, and enriching the plant's early life with minerals that honestly make bulbs swell to twice their size by fall. Hydrogen peroxide, at 3% strength, helps sterilize the root zone and adds extra oxygen to the water. That extra oxygen, well, it stimulates cell division and prevents damping off, which is a pretty common issue with onion seedlings. It's almost like giving the roots fresh air to breathe, helping them grow faster and a whole lot stronger. Seaweed extract is the secret ingredient, used by professional growers all around the world. It's absolutely loaded with natural growth hormones, cytokinins and auxins, plus trace minerals and vitamins that really accelerate cell expansion and root branching. Seaweed doesn't just feed the plant, it actually trains it to be resilient, boosting both yield and flavor. Epsom salt, also known as magnesium sulfate, supplies the essential magnesium that onions really crave for chlorophyll production. Without enough magnesium, plants just can't photosynthesize efficiently, which leads to pale, weak leaves and, undersized bulbs. The sulfate part of the mix improves sulfur levels, and that directly enhances onion flavor and bulb firmness. Together, these three create a nutrient bath so complete that even struggling seedlings can recover within just a few days. Now, here's the formula every gardener should have written down. For a standard batch, you'll need 2 liters, or about half a gallon, of clean water, 2 tablespoons of hydrogen peroxide at 3% strength, 1 tablespoon of seaweed extract or liquid kelp, and 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt. Mix these thoroughly in a clean container until everything dissolves. The water should look slightly tinted but clear, never cloudy. If you're soaking a large number of seedlings or sets, just double or triple the quantities while keeping the ratios the same. Let the solution sit for about 5 minutes to stabilize before you use it. Before planting your onion sets or transplants, immerse their roots or the entire bulb base for sets in the prepared soak for 25 to 30 minutes. Make sure the roots are fully submerged, allowing the ingredients to penetrate the tissue and awaken those dormant cells. During this short period, the soak starts breaking down surface pathogens and releases oxygen around the root fibers, the very first step in building vigorous growth. After soaking, plant your onions immediately into moist, well-prepared soil. There's no need to rinse the roots. The residual nutrients and beneficial hormones will continue to feed them once they're in the ground. Within a week, you'll notice stronger leaf emergence and noticeably greener foliage. The bulbs will start forming earlier than usual, which is a sure sign your onions are on track for a record harvest. For those growing onions directly from seed trays, you'll want to use the same solution as a root drench once the seedlings are about, 2 weeks old. Just water lightly around the base, and you'll see growth accelerate in just a few days. Once transplanted, the effects of the soak keep working long after planting day. The added oxygen from hydrogen peroxide boosts microbial activity around the root zone, encouraging all those beneficial organisms that break down organic matter into nutrients your plants can actually use. Seaweed extract keeps stimulating hormone activity, pushing new roots deeper and making them denser. Meanwhile, magnesium from the Epsom salt helps increase chlorophyll production, giving those leaves that deep, healthy green color we gardeners just love to see. The end result? An onion plant that's not just surviving but truly thriving, able to handle dry spells, resist pests, and still produce heavy, firm bulbs even when conditions aren't perfect. The difference this soak makes really shows up when the bulbs start forming. Normally, onions spend several weeks just establishing roots before they focus on expanding the bulb. With this soak, that rooting process is, turbocharged early on, so the plant shifts into bulb growth much sooner and keeps it going for longer. The longer that phase lasts, the bigger your bulbs get. Gardeners who use this soak often report yields up to 70 to 100% higher than untreated beds. Not only do the bulbs grow larger, but they also tend to store longer, have fewer soft spots, and keep that strong, pungent flavor for months. In essence, this method doesn't just, double your harvest by producing more onions, it actually doubles the quality of each one. Each bulb becomes denser, more uniform, and, more resistant to post-harvest rot. This isn't just gardener folklore. Studies on seedling establishment show that brief exposure to dilute hydrogen peroxide increases oxygen diffusion rates around roots by up to 40%, which honestly enhances nutrient absorption. Meanwhile, kelp-based solutions have been proven to improve root-to-shoot ratios and increase tolerance to stress, drought, and transplant shock. When these two are combined with a mineral like magnesium sulfate, they create a growth triangle that fuels both metabolic energy and structural strength. What's remarkable is that all this power comes from everyday ingredients found in most garden supply stores. You don't need synthetic fertilizers or chemical boosters. Nature already provides everything your onions need when combined correctly. The first soak, folks, is really crucial. It's your foundation, your starting point, but to keep that momentum going throughout the season, you might want to apply a diluted version of the same solution. You can use it as a foliar spray or maybe even a soil drench every 3 to 4 weeks. Now, for this maintenance mix, here's what you're going to need. 2 liters of water, 1 teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, 1 teaspoon of seaweed extract, and about half a teaspoon of Epsom salt. It's best to apply this in the early morning or late evening when the temperatures are cooler. This way, the leaves can absorb all those nutrients without any risk of scorching. This gentle reinforcement, it ensures the plants never lose their vigor, keeping them pushing forward right up to harvest time. Many gardeners make the error of using too concentrated a solution, thinking more is better. But in plant care, precision really matters. A heavy dose of hydrogen peroxide can actually damage delicate roots instead of energizing them. Always stick to the 3% solution and the exact ratios shared here. Another mistake folks make is soaking for too long. Leaving onions in the mixture for hours can cause tissue breakdown, especially for sets. The 25 to 30 minute window is perfect, long enough to stimulate growth, short enough to avoid stress. Lastly, don't skip this step when planting from seed trays. Even young seedlings benefit immensely from a quick dip or a light root drench. You'll see thicker stems, stronger leaves, and less transplant shock every time. Once you try this method, it becomes part of your permanent planting ritual. you'll start noticing that even small garden beds produce surprisingly large harvests. The bulbs will be heavier, rounder, and far more consistent. And when neighbors ask why your onions look twice as big as theirs, you'll smile, knowing it all began with a 30-minute soak. What's more, this trick isn't limited to onions. Variations of the same formula can work wonders for garlic, leeks, and shallots. Really, any crop that grows from a bulb or shallow root base. But for onions, the transformation is truly striking. Every great garden starts with small, intentional steps, and this onion soak is one of those steps that makes all the difference. It's proof that the best gardening secrets are often the simplest. Before your next planting, give your onion sets or seedlings this natural boost and watch them repay you with a harvest that feels like magic. If you found this guide helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with other gardeners who deserve a bigger harvest too. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Growth Hub Central for more science-backed, nature-powered gardening secrets that keep your crops thriving all year long. Your next bumper onion harvest starts with one small soak. And now, you know the secret.